What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Zen of Story. We've all heard about the different elements of a story. There's the pivotal structural elements of characters, plot, and setting, but those are all collectively part of the what of a story. In other words, they're the tools a writer uses to tell that story in the best possible way. But then there's a little question of the why of every story. Why is the story being told? What purpose does it have? And why should someone else know about the story? This central question brings into focus the meaning behind every single story we are telling. It brings into focus the theme. Now, there have been many ways the word theme has been described and used in many different forms. It has been described as the central question of a story or the life lesson that a story has to offer, or it's just simply described as the subject of a story. But none of these encompass what theme actually means. Though it does have elements of the previously mentioned things, ultimately, theme is a lot simpler to understand. But before understanding what theme is, we first need to understand what we mean by the subject of a story. And why this is because often subject matter of a story is used interchangeably with theme, but I wanted to show you why there is actually a difference and why that difference matters. A subject is often a one or two word topic that the story will aim to explore. It could be war, love, justice, freedom, or just normal mundane life. These are basically the main topics that will be explored by the characters in the story. And so the subject matter of a story is often universal and objective. Now, theme is a deeper exploration of that subject. Theme gives an opinion on a particular subject being explored, and it gives this opinion through the character's actions. And therefore, the main difference between theme and subject matter is that theme is subjective, whereas subject matter is objective. So for example, if the subject matter of a story explores war, then the themes of a particular story around war could be all war is bad, war destroys our future, or even war is inevitable, no matter how much we attempt to avoid it. In another example, we could say that if the subject matter of a story was freedom, then the theme of a story could be something like true freedom comes from within, or freedom comes with a cost. So you get the idea. Theme can be any variation or statement surrounding the subject being explored. The famous novelist Dean Koontz perhaps best summarizes it by saying, "Theme is a statement or a series of related observations about some aspect of the human condition, interpreted from the unique viewpoint of the author." Now, of course, every story can have more than one theme, and often the bigger the story is, the more themes that are being explored and that are interwoven into the fabric of that story. In a smaller character study film like Into the Wild, the central theme of that story is Whereas if you take a much larger epic story like Lord of the Rings, we have one of the main characters, Samwise Gamgee, clearly stating what the overarching main theme of the story is.
There's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo. And it's worth fighting for.
But apart from that main theme in Lord of the Rings, there are also many smaller themes that are interwoven into the story. Like the cost of a man's progress will cause nature's destruction, or the chase for mindless power will render you a ghost-like creature. And so theme doesn't have to just be one particular main theme, but can be multiple different themes as expressed by each and every character. And that brings us to another really useful way to embody theme in a story, and this is by embedding every single theme into the fabric of your characters. The Dark Knight does this amazingly well. The entire film is about the battle between order and chaos. These are the central subjects that the story will explore, but each character embodies a different version of those subjects. Batman represents a theme that through order of oneself, not the justice system, we can create a just and moral society. Joker, on the other hand, embodies a theme that there is no place for order in this world. Everything burns, everything is chaos, and we should all just give in to it. Harvey Dent, on the other hand, embodies the theme that through enforcing order through the justice system, we can create that same just and moral society. Well, until he loses half his face. But that's probably why Harvey is so integral to the story. He becomes a man torn apart by the two battling themes of the story. He embodies the two faces of order and chaos. And as a result, he ends up representing a completely new theme in the film. The only reasonable way to live in this world is by leaving everything to chance. Now you'll notice that all these themes that I talked about are in my own words and not the words of the writers of the story, because that is the beauty of what theme can bring to every single story. Every person will take away their own themes from every story. Every person has their own life, has their own experiences, and has their own belief systems. And so they read or watch stories with the lens of their own viewpoints. That's why you and I can watch the same film or read the same story and walk away with different meanings. The story is not what is different. The difference was in who we were before that story and who we are after. And so finally, this is why I think theme is such a powerful and essential part of every story. It's the part that the readers will remember. It's the part that will stay with them long after the pages are done or the credits roll. It's the part that ultimately impacts the way the person sees the story. And when theme is done just right, it can open up just enough space that the reader or viewer can come in and fill in the nooks and cracks of the story with their own life experiences and views. It creates a space for the reader and the writer to have an active dialogue on a subconscious level about the central subject of a story. Theme is what gives a story life and meaning. Hey guys, I just thought I'd make a video about theme because I feel like it's one of the most important parts of a story, and it really is something that sticks with you long after the story is done. I'm actually thinking about making another video where we just dive into different themes from the most famous films and novels. In fact, if there are any novels or films that you want me to explore where the theme is shown in a really powerful way, do let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I do really appreciate you guys liking and sharing the videos with your friends and people who are just as passionate about storytelling as I am. And do subscribe for more videos. But most importantly, keep exploring, keep creating, and I will catch you on the next video.